This is for you if you are feeling the weight of hitting your goals in Q2 and beyond for a number of reasons. Maybe you missed your sales targets in Q1, potentially, right? Or maybe you just barely made them in Q1 and you want to be sure that you make them in Q2. But this is for you if you are just feeling the weight of the change in the economy and wondering what it's going to look like. Are we headed to a recession? Are we not? All the things. And you just know you have to hit your sales targets, whether it be for you as the business owner, founder, or for you as a sales exec who is determined to crush the numbers this year. I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am shortly, but let's talk a little bit about what is imperative to have to get to the goals for 2025 and or just Q2 alone. So first and foremost, belief. You have to continue to believe. I'm a sports fan. I was just watching a playoff game, and I actually watched several playoff games. In one of the games, a team was up, and I watched them go into their timeout, huddle, whatever it is, and I watched the down faces because they weren't up as much as they had been earlier in the game. On the flip side, I watched the other team that was down go into the huddle very, very uber focused, like laser focused, and staying really in tune to what it was going to take to actually win the game. These are critical moments. And it's not a failure whether or not you are down or whether or not you don't reaccomplish the goal and come out ahead. It's a recalibration moment. So let's start there. First of all, I'll give you a little information. My name is Cheryl Parks. The reason you might want to listen to this is I sold over $25 million to Fortune 1000 companies in my corporate sales career. And I've since launched my business. I'm a sales advisory agency leveraging the power of AI. And I help clients navigate B2B sales and have helped them sell multi-millions of dollars, which is phenomenal. I'm a transformation junkie at heart. I love seeing someone go from, I don't think I can do it, to blowing it out of the water. I'll get back into that in just a minute. So again, recalibration moment, right? At the end of the day, you have leads and you want to be sure that you are optimizing every single opportunity, every touch that you can to be sure that you're adding value and that you understand the direction that your buyer is going in. So there's a buyer psyche that has to be kind of inserted in here. There's urgency where you are creating an ROI or return on investment for them. If you don't know that they have a pain point to solve, it's highly likely that they will stay status quo. So the goal is to help them view the scenario and figure out why they should move off of the status quo. Most deals in sales, B2B or B2C, H to H is what I call it, human to human, are lost to the status quo. Like, hey, we're just not going to make a decision. Okay, so let's keep going. You want to position yourself as a trusted advisor. One of the most important things you can do, get above the noise, around the noise, behind the noise, and not get caught up in doing the same things that almost all salespeople are out here doing right now, which is sending emails, talking to people in the DMs on LinkedIn, et cetera, making phone calls, et cetera. So you have to figure out a way to actually rise above the noise. Okay, so let me get back into, I'm going to give you a client story. So I had a client, well, I still do, but back in January, we were talking and she didn't really believe that she actually was going to hit her goal for the quarter. So fortunately, she did have deals in the pipeline, number one. And the second fortunate part for her is she has a pretty decent relationship with a solid handful of clients. Let's call it 12, okay? It's not hundreds, but it's a good 12. They pick the phone up, they text her back when she's sending a note, et cetera. So there's enough relationship there. What we did was we honed in and focused on the areas that had pain points and where she had relationships, and we optimized and accelerated in those spaces. She fortunately finished Q1 adding an additional six figures to her business, which was about a 33% upswing in her business. And I believe that she will continue to grow and will easily become a seven-figure business by the end of this year. That's my personal putting all my chips on the table, pushing them in there. Okay, and that's because I understand the types of deals she works on, her level of business acumen, how she actually is able to uncover problems and communicate that she's able to solve the problems with her team. Okay, so let's get back to what matters to you, right? What matters to you is the good news is here are like three practical tips that you can leverage right now to put yourself in a better position to hit your numbers in Q2. First and foremost, audit your pipeline. Okay, if you're a founder, audit your pipeline, take a look at what's in the pipeline, what's important, where there actually is a pain point, how well you actually know the decision maker or the decision-making team, and do what I call catch and release. So if there is no pain point, you don't have a solid relationship with the team or the decision maker or the decision-making team, it's not that you're going to negate this deal, but you're going to take it out of your numbers because you're going to need to replace those numbers with someone, a buyer, a situation that is significantly more apt to buy in Q2. Okay, so that's number one. You're going to audit your pipeline. If you're in a sales situation or you're a sales rep for a company, be sure that before you start offloading things from your pipeline, you have a conversation with your manager. I made this mistake in corporate sales years ago, decades ago. Your manager has quotas and goals that they're communicating up to leadership. Leadership could be communicating up to a board of directors or some other area that you're not familiar with. And when you start offboarding $1 million deals or $100,000 deals in a large way, it impacts other things. So be sure that when you get ready to audit your pipeline, you're in conversation with your manager so that you make them look like a hero and not like, what the heck is going on? All right. The second thing, I'm going to save the best one for last. The second thing you want to do is you want to get laser focused on the one goal. If that one goal is to hit your revenue goal, then we're going to reverse engineer what it's going to take to do so. And how do we do that? We do that by taking that one goal. Let's just say your goal is, I don't know, $10 million, $1 million, $100,000, whatever it is. We're going to actually look at the goal. We're going to look to see what you've done in the previous quarters. How many deals did it take to get to your goal in the previous quarters? Understandably, the economy is different. But at the end of the day, we want to just take a look at what's trending and how you got to the previous goal. Okay, so that's number one. You want to get laser focused. We're going to reverse engineer. We're going to look at how many deals it took, how many proposals did it take, how many discovery calls did it take, and how many outreach or prospecting efforts did it take. Now, you may or may not be responsible for everything from the prospecting to the onboarding, or maybe you are. So you want to start to reverse engineer and see what that looks like. You want to look at things like your average deal size. A lot of you already do this. If you do, you'll have these numbers straight away. And you want to have a clear understanding of what it is going to take for you to get to your Q2 number. All right, and I'm going to insert this here. If you need help, please book a call. I am so happy to help. No obligations, no anything, but it's just what I do. Okay. The third and most important thing is to leverage AI, but do so by properly prompting so that you have a clear understanding of not only your buyer, their pain points, their desires, the outcome, potentially how they make decisions, etc. So when you're in certain industries, there's decisions that are made in a certain way. I can tell you that most people are prompting in a similar way that they're using Google, for example. They're just asking ChatGPT a question. They're not understanding that ChatGPT can act like a world-class researcher. ChatGPT can act like a best-in-class copywriter. ChatGPT can act like any professional that you would like it to act like if you have a need in a specific area. So you want to leverage AI and not just ChatGPT, because here's another thing that I find. Most people are doing a couple of things. They're not prompting properly, meaning that they're prompting as if they're talking to Google. And the second thing that I find is they're not using the right tools to get to the right outcomes. For example, ChatGPT can be a great researcher, but there are other AI tools that do research significantly better, deeper, stronger than ChatGPT. So you want to use the right tool to get to the right outcome. You wouldn't use a spoon to dig a swimming pool. So don't use ChatGPT for everything. Okay. Again, you need help, reach out. I'm a certified AI consultant, more than happy to help you if I understand exactly what you need and what the problem is. Okay. So those are the main things that I wanted to cover in terms of being able to get in here and understand what your clients or your buyers' problems are, not only from their specific vantage point, but what's happening in the industry, what's happening in the company. And those are things that you can leverage AI to find out. Okay, stay tuned because I'm going to talk a little bit more about this whole hitting your Q2 quota over the next few days. This is video 1 in a series of 4. And I'm also going to let you know, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you're interested here. If you're one of the people that has actually, in fact, either missed their quota slightly, didn't make quota or target significantly, or you just want to make sure that you hit Q2, you want to lock it in right here. Okay, thanks for being here. I know you can do it. It's very much a mindset thing. So we're going to keep pushing, but take a look for video number 2. It'll be coming up in the next couple of days. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, thanks so much. I'm rooting for you. We got this.